This crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
11. Hey, go.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Hey, go.
A first carry now for the former Viking. This is Jerick McKinnon. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Four down, check, four down. Tight dog.
Go ahead.
Mike's 54.
Play action. Garoppolo. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
11. 21. Here we go.
Check 24.
Set.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Check. Fresno.
It's a hard. What's that?
And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, Dude, you watched a home run hitter on the field.
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns.
Wide.
On second down, Cook. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Of course, last year, you think about Dalvin Cook's injury in Week 4 with a torn ACL, just hoping that he can stay healthy in 2018.
And if so, we'll see plenty of runs that will be big time in 2018. Because in 2017, he took over the starting running back job as a rookie and was off to a terrific start. In fact, if you ask people in the Minnesota Vikings organization, they were giddy at the fact that they were able to get him outside of the first round and plug him into the lineup. They expect him to be big time in this season.
Left.
They'll run with a rookie. It's Boston Scott, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Gun.
On first down, Scott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Yellow. Gun. Where's the hunt?
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Tight end right.
Go ahead.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Vikings heading out, and we'll have to see what the Falcons do this year, but we do know that the Vikings will not be the first team to play the Super Bowl in their home stadium because they had that shot last year, Charles. Came up short in the NFC title game, but this is a club that has retooled to make another run.
Still built defense first, in the image of their head coach, Mike Zimmer. And they have all-stars at every level. Start with Linval Joseph at defensive tackle. Move back to Anthony Barr at linebacker. Xavier Rhodes at cornerback. Harrison Smith at safety. They can do it all on defense. But the signing of
Wide. Where's the hot?
Right back to him on first down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Boston Scott with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The 49ers heading out, and if you listen real closely, you can hear it. The buzz right now that is around this 49er team. And look, they finished last year strong. Big reason why, Jimmy Garoppolo. So a lot of hope coming into 2018.
And I think you nailed everything that you're really talking about with this team, starting with Jimmy Garoppolo. But I think underneath it, I go back to the start of last season. Brand new head coach in Kyle Shanahan, brand new general manager, and a brand new direction. And they stayed the course despite starting the season with a long losing streak. Many people wondered if they would win a game, but they didn't panic, didn't rush out and get a lot of veterans for short-term help. Just said, this is our team. This is our structure. Let's go for it. And they kept doing that and finished the season with a 5-game winning streak led by, as you mentioned, Jimmy Garoppolo, and a lot of hope and optimism for the future.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Right there. Hey, go! 11.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Bradley Pena now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. This will be fielded at the 17. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And out now come the Vikings. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Yellow. Through. Raise your heart on.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Two. Gun. Two.
On 1st and 10, Cousins finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
Two. Gun. Hey, flipper. Pacer. Black.
Cousins now on second down. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They run it with McKinnon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Hey, come on.
Four down.
Hey, go. 6.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league.
21.
So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Garoppolo now. Over the middle to Garcon. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
54.
Go ahead.
Check. Watch 54.
13.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball, and when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
They run again on first down. Cook stripped. The ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Wide.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Yellow. Reach in there. Yellow. Hey, Steamer. Black.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Now the '49ers going to take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down.
We're good. Left, here we go. Hey, Steamer.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Here we go.
Check hot route.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Boston Scott making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? To throw, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Yellow. Rhino.
A first down throw for Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Rhino! Black.
Cousins to throw it. Going deep for Diggs. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he goes out of bounds finally, but they're already on the edge of the red zone as he returns this to the 20. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On second down, Scott, and he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Get him, boys! Get him, boys!
Gun. Rhino. Wide.
Coming to you!
Where's the hot? Where's that?
To throw is Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards there and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Run! Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Here we go.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Through. Where's the hot? Where's that?
Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Go ahead.
Motion, I got one.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
21.
On first down, Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up second down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with third and just a couple.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Screen play, McKinnon. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Linval Joseph in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
11.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. And his throw here's incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
They have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe.
White.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
When that ball was snapped, they were counting on it being now a one-possession game. Instead, the block occurs. That changes the whole mindset for them. And if you're the guys who just blocked it, you're floating off the field right now. Big-time play.
Yeah, big-time play. Could have been a one-score game. Instead, it stays 2 scores. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 6 there on first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Hey, we're good.
56, the mic, boys, 56. Check, 56. All day.
2. Wait, the hunt.
They'll run on first down. Scott, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Let's 50. Wide. Black.
Single, slot.
Yellow.
Second down, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Reuben Foster picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Garoppolo looks to throw. He finds McKinnon complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And an alley to run. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going to run. It's McKinnon. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Ringo.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And he fins him off. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Zebra. Wait, hot.
Throwing is Cousins. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it with Cook. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Let's go.
Cousins now on second down. For Kirk Cousins, it's his first touchdown pass as a Minnesota Viking. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The 49ers offense now, they worked their way back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Here again is McKinnon. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Looking for Garcon, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Black, 82.
Cousins. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
4 down, 4 down.
Jihad! Yellow, ready, send there, yellow. Pacer!
Hey, check 24.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Minnesota.
All right, now here we go, oh.
Tight end right. Watch tight. Tight end right.
Jihad, Liz, here we go.
They start the drive with Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
Here we go, all.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. 4 down, 4 down.
Line out. Wide. Stay hot.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Check. 4 down, 4 down.
Liz 50. Where's the hot? Where's that?
On second down now, Scott, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
Hey.
Through.
Go down.
Gun. Line out. Where's the hot? Where's that?
On third down, Cousins. That's caught by Treadwell. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Cousins able to connect with Treadwell for a Minnesota first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Watch tight end. Tight right. 4 down.
Liz 50. Here we go.
He's coming.
Where's that?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Rose.
Hey, 4 down.
Two.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Throwing here, Cousins. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch.
The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. He's gonna let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, Week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Vikings, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.